Hello, this is Manu Järvinen. Let's make a cone. Okay, let's first select the character ball and press Shift G and select its children and extend the selection. Then select the camera and the light and press Ctrl I to invert the selection and delete everything else except these. Then select the ball character and press Alt G to reset its location and Alt R to reset its rotation. Then rotate the character a little bit so it's straight and move it up. You can also rotate it on x-axis a little bit so that it faces the camera. Then move the camera a little bit. The correct term for that is dolly. After that, select the light and press Alt R and Alt G to reset its location and rotation and move it up a little bit. And press dot to select 3D cursor and then rotate the light by y-axis a little bit. I adjust its power to be less than before. Then I duplicate it and rotate it to the other side. And then add a plane and scale it a little bit and insert some edges with Ctrl R. After that, extrude the outer edge a little bit and extrude it also upwards. And then bevel with Ctrl B the one edge so that it forms a nice background. The edges should be nice and smooth. Adjust them so that it is like so. Then right click it and shade it smooth and press Ctrl 2 to add a subdivision surface modifier to it. Then let's make a material for the background. Some kind of a nice, almost blue, green. Something like O point for the hue and 0.1 for the value. And I guess we can put the render engine on and increase the power of the lights a little bit or double. Then fiddle around with the material settings a little bit, like less specularity and specular tint to the maximum and roughness a little bit less, something like that. Then duplicate one of the lamps and let's make it a large one with a lot of power so that the background will be more in light. The power can be even like 2000 watts or even 4000, but 5000 seemed a little too much. After that, add a cone from the Shift A menu. Move it up by 1 unit, which is meter. Then select the cone and select the character and press Ctrl L to link the materials. Scale the cone horizontally by pressing S and Shift Z. Shade it smooth and in edit mode select one vertex at the top and bevel it with Ctrl Shift B. Use scroll wheel to have only 0 cuts. And add more edge loops across the cone and extrude the bottom part. And finally it should be nice and round when you add a subsurface modifier to it with Ctrl 2. Then let's make it a little bit less specular and maybe adjust its color a little bit, whatever feels good. Then let's add a icosphere from the Shift A menu. Put something like 6 subdivisions for it, so it's very smooth, and position it like so. Then select the cone and add a boolean modifier for it, and use the eyedropper tool to pick the ball. It's better to mark the ball as non-renderable by clicking the camera icon. And then we need to add auto smooth for the cone to make the edges look sharp, and it makes things easier if the ball is not visible to the viewport, at least fully. So we make it wire, and now it's easier to edit and move and scale it so that it looks nice. I also scale it with x-axis a little bit, so it's squeezed. And then this starts to be finished. Let's adjust the camera a little bit and let's make the final render. Put on the denoising and maybe 33 samples and something like 1000 pixels for the image resolution. Control space to open the view window fully, and then let's render. I noticed the eyes were a little bit too blurry, so or the roughness was too high, so I made the roughness a little bit less than before. And render out the image, and here you go, or there you go. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.